Hey guys, and welcome to another video of The Guide, our tutorial series on FIFA 19. I'm Benjamin, also known as Taz, and today we want to talk about one of the most powerful moves in FIFA 19 and how to defend it. And I'm talking about the La Croqueta. And this skill move is so powerful, everybody does use it at the moment, and I think it's way too strong. But this is another debate. You can't change how strong it is, but you can change how you try to defend it. And in this video I will try to give you some principles and guidelines how to do it. We already released some other videos which I highly recommend to watch as well, because they will help you to apply these principles. The first one is how to do the La Croqueta, and this does make a lot of sense because you should be able to perform the skill move on your own, so you know how it looks like and how it works. The second one is on ball contact, and this will help you for the timing on your defense. And the third one is about jockey defending, and this defensive technique will help you for the positioning, so you position yourself in a much better way. Make sure to watch these videos as well. You can click on it in the top right corner, or you can find the link in the video description. And now before we start, just a quick announcement. We open up a Discord server for our The Guide community. So if you're interested in getting better at FIFA, and I think there's a high chance when you're watching this video, make sure to click the link in the video description and join our Discord server for free. There are already a lot of people on this server, and we share thoughts, opinion and knowledge how to get better at the game, also about FIFA Ultimate Team in general, about your squads, and you can also find training partners. So if this does sound good for you, we'll be happy to have you on this Discord server. The link is in the video description, and now let's start with how to defend La Croqueta. The defending of a La Croqueta consists of several parts. Before I start to explain these in more detail, I'm going to describe the general approach. Most of the time our target is not to interrupt the La Croqueta or get the ball before or while the opponent is doing it, but instead when you just finish the move. After the move, there is a time window when your opponent has not a ball contact right after. This time window is also dependent on how your opponent does the exit, so how much pace, direction, etc. But in general, after he has finished the move, this is a time to try to get to the ball. Let me explain it in detail. The first part is your positioning. The skill move is basically a move of the player to the side and a little bit forward. So as soon as you see that the animation starts, or even better, when you have the feeling that your opponent is going to do a La Croqueta, you position yourself in that area that your opponent is going to move to. Using jockey defending can help you with that, to move your player a little bit more cautiously and precisely, and also that your player is ready to tackle the ball afterwards. One thing which is some sort of a side note, but still quite important. This is not a change how you should defend in general, La Croqueta or not. In 1 vs 1 defending, you try to stay in front of your opponent, mirror his movement or in which direction he's going to move, and then try to find the right timing to get to the ball. So we just have to slightly adjust our general approach of defending, in this case that we anticipate the La Croqueta and adjust our positioning beforehand. I already mentioned it in the part before. Finding the right timing to get to the ball. This is the next component to defend the La Croqueta. After your opponent did the La Croqueta, there's a time window until your opponent has the next ball contact. This is the time window for you as a defender to get to the ball. Why? Because your opponent cannot do anything about it. He needs his next ball contact to change direction or do another La Croqueta. But if you get the timing right, he won't have this next ball contact. This leads me to the last part. The use of tackle is crucial in defending the La Croqueta. And by this I mean that you don't use the tackle button unless you have a good timing and positioning to get to the ball. This skill move is so good because a lot of people tackle into the player while he's doing the move, and this is feeding right into him. Because then he avoids the defender with a move to the side, and it's more dangerous than before because the defender is out of position. So you should only use the tackle button when you're in a good position, so close to the ball, and have a good timing for the tackle. Good timing means most of the time that your opponent has finished the move and the ball is open. This is the time to strike with the tackle. If this is not the case, you should wait, not tackle, and wait for a better moment, for example for the next La Croqueta. Let's take a look at an example at which I was able to put these factors together quite well. I'm in a typical 1 vs 1 defending situation on the wing. The opponent is already in the box, so a misstep can be especially dreadful. A badly timed tackle can lead to a huge chance for the opponent or a penalty. When you take a look at the live controller input at this moment, there are two things noteworthy. I defend with jockey defending, so press L2 LT button to be more agile. And I already have my input of the left stick to the right, because I anticipated that my opponent is going for La Croqueta in that direction, even before you can see the animation starting. My opponent then does the La Croqueta, I mirror his movement to the side and stand right in front of him after he finished the move. As explained earlier, now the ball is open, and when I realize that I'm in such a good position, I press tackle to get to the ball. My opponent doesn't have another ball contact after La Croqueta, but instead I end up with the ball possession. I defended the move as clinical as it gets in such a crucial position. Unfortunately, I'm not always that successful with my defending, and I get baited to badly timed tackles as well. In this situation, the opponent is picking up speed on the dribbling, which leads to a very long ball contact. I thought I would be able to get to the ball before my opponent has the next ball contact. That's why I committed to the tackle in this moment. As it turns out, I was wrong with my assumption, and right before my player lunges forward, the opponent is able to perform the La Croqueta, leaving my player totally out of position. This example illustrates very well the power of timing and ball contacts and how this changes the outcome. My timing was totally off and therefore I totally failed. It doesn't always have to end like this. As you can see in another example, depending on the defensive skills of your player and exact positioning, this can end good. Here the tackle is more like a last resort and it's much more risky and will end up in fouls more often. If you're able to execute the defending as explained in this video with the 3 key components, you will have a much higher success rate. I guess there's much more to say. These are the main components which will help you to defend this move more successful. But I have to admit, sometimes you can end up in a certain situation where you assessed it a little bit wrong, chose the wrong position or timing, and you will fail. This move is so strong that it doesn't give you a lot of room for errors. That's why it's so strong. But you can and should still try to give your best. As you can see by the sheer amount of different examples I had in this video, you can still manage to defend it more often than not. A lot of people are quite lazy in executing the move or finding the right spot for it. Every time they do it poorly, it's a chance for you to get to the ball easily. If this video was helpful for you, please leave a like and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to this channel and activate the bell to not miss any of the upcoming videos. As we are in the later stages of FIFA 19, we would like to focus more on stuff that you have problems with. So my question is to you, are there any other moves and situations that you have trouble dealing with? If so, let us know and leave a comment in the section below. And remember to check out all the stuff in the video description, the related videos regarding defending, the link to our Discord server to join the guide community, and also our coaching website at which you can book private coaching with pro, top 100 and elite players. Thanks for your attention, keep a clean sheet, I'm out.